A little known fact about classy games is the fact that retweets are pretty scarce in the sphere. I don't really retweet often because I feel like if a retweet's earned, it really is earned. It really encapsulates the vision in which we're trying to push. And I feel like there's something that's changing in the space that's happening so quickly to the point where I'd compare it to the ChatGPT rise, as millions of people went into that platform and kind of went crazy on it. So we're going to talk about that and more in this video. If you enjoy it, as always, like and subscribe to Classy Games. But the reason I wanted to make this video and the tweet that I retweeted was this tweet by Bitbender Brink. He is the president of blockchain at Gala Games. And if you didn't know, we aren't necessarily sponsored by Gala Games at the moment, but we've worked with them in the past, so I do have to disclose that. However, here's the thing about, Bitbender's tweet here. He pretty much, the TLDR of all this tweet, right? It's a pretty long tweet. He talks about the fact that, in his opinion, crypto gaming or Web3 gaming, as we know it, has become a lot easier of a narrative than it was last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. Gala Games has been building for quite some time, and they're starting to get to that point where, like, if we look at the Trello board, which is the board of essentially everything, it's like a Gala encyclopedia. It tells you everything about the games that are live, etc., etc. It's starting to fill up. There's a lot of games that are in development. There's a lot of games that are in early access. There's a lot of games that are beginning to get live, and essentially, the narrative in which people are arguing that crypto games are awful and that they're never going to come out, it's starting to weaken to the point where it's shifting into cheating. People have come out in the Web 2 space talking about the fact that cheating is going to be a problem. And while it's true, cheating is a problem in essentially every sphere, especially hacking in CSGO and some of the other places. So, I mean, that's a big thing. But guess what? CSGO, still to this day, is essentially the most popular game on the planet right now. It's a very popular title, and I believe it's still hitting all-time highs to this day without any major changes to its pipeline. And so let's talk about this, because now that the narrative's changed from, crypto games are bad, crypto games are scams, crypto games will never be anything, to all of a sudden, okay, well, cheating is a thing in crypto games. We're going to have to worry about cheating. Maybe next year it'll be crypto games will never be as good as Fortnite. The year after that, it'll be, what crypto game should I get into, right? The narrative's always shifting. It's always evolving. It's kind of like when people were going off on mobile games and they were talking about the fact that, I don't know if mobile games are going to catch on because nobody that's a real gamer plays on mobile. All of a sudden, mobile becomes the biggest market for gaming on the planet, and Gala Games also recognizing that, shifting into mobile games, something even bigger than all of this, if we want to go to a greater narrative, is the change we've recently employed on this channel. It's for a very good reason. We've shifted our content. Instead of doing the whole like weird speculation shebangs, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with speculation. Banks do it all the time, and people that tell you that speculation is a bad thing, they just don't understand, and they've been manipulated by regular banks to believe that. Speculating is totally normal. It doesn't even have to be crypto. It could be anything. It could be speculating on your mom's warehouse on whether or not it's going to stock up on goods and services and whether or not you want to invest in that and if it'll clear. There's so many different ways of speculating, but generally speaking, speculating isn't necessarily a bad thing. You just have to do it properly. Anyway, let's get past that. Gameplay is becoming a big thing. Gameplay-related content is massive. Yesterday, we played in a tournament, and this was with 8 other creators. We had a $6,000 prize pool, and we won. And instead of going like, oh my god, here's the conversions of the USDC and blah, 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 we just went into a whole monologue on this, right? It was pretty epic.
We funneled the energy of the people. We've made it happen. We made it happen once again. Classy Games wins.
We won.
Number.
Ain't that so? Ain't that cool? It's cool. Yeah, Classy can actually game. Anyway, going further into this, I want to talk about this because now that we're changing into gameplay-related content, things are kind of going to shift very quickly. A lot of normal people are going to begin to see this space in the way that it was originally supposed to be seen, just as an add-on to regular games. Web3 games are very similar to Web2 games. It's that little step above that gives people true ownership. That's the big selling point. It's literally as simple as that, and I think people are beginning to recognize this. Really delving into this, obviously the best in-game economies are going to be the most successful, but overall it's simple. I've noticed more people are interested in gaming content by droves. Like, it's not even close. A lot more people are interested in gaming content. In fact, some of my live streams right now are getting just as many views as my regular long form videos. Like, it's getting that crazy. So I think, you know, the number one thing obviously is supporting everybody that's going into gameplay related content, because it's really giving people the eyes necessary for these games to really prosper. And I think that's what's going to continue to happen this year. These games are going to continue to grow. There's going to be more of these tournaments. Gala is going to continue to double down on this stuff. And we're officially, I can confidently say, we're in year one of crypto games. The narrative shifted. There's Dr. Disrespect and many massive creators which are now talking about Web3, even if they don't like it necessarily. Some of them do, by the way. They're still getting into this. I mean, Mongrel, Dr. Disrespect, and many more. We can go all day about this. Massive funding's returning to Web3 games. They're confident that Web3 games will become something, so they're willing to invest once again. There's solid use cases that are becoming the norm. True ownership. It's as simple as that. It doesn't need to be complicated. And a few major titles will release this year. Luvium is one of the massive ones that are going to be releasing. The Walking Dead Empires, a very popular Gala game, also going to be likely somewhere along the line releasing. We also have Eternal Paradox. We have many different titles which are saying that they're ready to release this year. And so what I'm trying to say from this video is get ready, because the tide is coming and it's not going to wait for you. It's going to come really fast. And the more of us that engage with gaming content, the better. It's really as simple as that. The best thing we can do right now is show to the world that Web3 games are more than just crypto pump and dumps. They're more than just Ponzi schemes. That they really are just regular gamers, which, by the way, I was a League of Legends challenger, blah, blah, blah. The only reason I say that is because of the fact that I want people to know that, you know, I'm just as good of a gamer as other people, if not better, right? Like, I'm definitely better than the average. I've been playing video games since I was 4 years old. But just to let people know that, like, we are gamers too. We understand all of the issues that regular gamers have gone through. We've played MMOs, we've played MOBAs, we've played FPS games, we've played all kinds of genres. And we also believe in this genre. We believe in the sphere of Web3 games. We think Web3 games will elevate the gaming experience for other people. And overall, I'm just happy to be able to represent it with you all. We're also having a new Discord coming out called Bowtie. Do look for the community tab announcement for that. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but we're really doubling down on gameplay content. I'm looking forward to it. So let me know your thoughts on Gala. As always, until the next time, stay classy, and that's all.